What's up, everyone? Welcome to cracka. I hope everyone's enjoying my mega shout out video I put up, which is technically the second one I put up. Even though I botched a hell of a lot of things in there, it's still a cool video. Again, I want to apologize to Titanium Biscuit and Fiber Biscuit. I kind of swapped the thing, it got all screwed up. But I did fix it towards the end, so you gotta watch the whole thing. So when you watch it and you see my screw ups, wait till the end, I fixed it, so technically. But anyway, I got a small review to go over, some stuff to show, talk about some books, as usual, you know it is. But I also would like to talk about some cool stuff. I'm very pleased, I guess, in a way, and don't really want to jinx it, but what the hell. A lot of my friends who have been having trouble with stuff here and there, the skies are clearing and better things are coming. They're very happy. A lot of my friends who were kind of like, oh, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that. They're getting their chance with certain things. They know what I'm talking about. I mean, I know people in here don't know what I'm talking about, but better things, you know, you got to think positive, and they have been, and better things are coming their way, so it's cool. Same thing for myself. A lot of good things coming my way, I'm hoping. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, let's get into some reviews, shall we? Superior Spider-Man number 4. The book that I want to hate so bad, it's ridiculous, but it's really good. With Massacre on there. I'm just very impressed. I thought it was going to suck ass. I was so pissed going into it. I'm like, this is going to blow. But the art isn't bad. The direction they're going is pretty damn cool. It's impressive. Doc Ock, who is Spider-Man, everyone knows now, comes up with some pretty sick ideas. You know, he's sends out these little spider bots now to watch over the entire city. They're kind of, which is kind of weird, they're kind of making him like Batman in a way, because now the mayor, which is J. Jonah Jameson, likes him and summons him with like a, you know, at first in the one before he actually had a spider signal, which was weird, but now he calls him up on like a private line, and I need you here, you know. It's kind of odd, but it's different. It's a different direction. It's interesting. It's keeping me interested. I want to read it more and more. And it's just cool. Like, you know, you see Spider-Man, Doc Ock is just constantly trying to one-up Peter Parker. Everything he does, he's like, oh, I'm better than him, I'm better than him, I'm better than him. He just keeps trying to nail it home. And it's kind of funny. But then they have this Massacre guy who just basically just likes to kill. You know, he gets out. Cool way how he gets out. Kills Dr. Kafka, though. So, spoiler alert there. I should have said that beforehand. But, so it's one, not an important Spider-Man character, sub-character, I guess, but, you know, and Spider-Man, Doc Ock Spider-Man, basically says, I'm going to go find this guy and kill him. Just flat out says it, I'm going to go kill this guy. And Peter Parker's like, it's not how we work. And he's like, I don't care. And then he finds out that Peter Parker never got his doctorate, so he's not, so he calls himself Dr. Peter Parker. And when they find out that Peter Parker didn't finish it, Doc Ock goes back to school. But, it is a cool book. It's definitely worth picking up. If you don't have any other issues, go get them, because I know they're just cool issues. They're actually worth having. Moving on, Captain America number 4, which is getting confusing. Not really, but now it's like you read this, like the last issue. If you read it, you had, you know, Zola had like this thing embedded in Cap's chest. In this book, it's 11 years later from then, so it's just weird. And he's trying to cover up the fact that thing is a virus and is trying to take him over little by little. And he's teaching the kid how to do like Captain America stuff, like how to throw a shield and how to use a gun and all sorts of things like that. And towards the end, they finally figure a way to get home. So Cap's kind of like, you know, I can finally get back. I can get help. I can bring help here, you know, and the Avengers, and really kick some ass. And then they switch back to another part of Captain America's childhood, which is cool. Where his mother was very, very sick, and, you know, he doesn't have any money because he hasn't worked, and his mother wasn't working because she was sick, and the father obviously left, and the rent is due. You know, landlord wants his money, so Cap actually turns to stealing, and you know, gets the money for the medicine and gets the money for the rent, and then his mother goes, you know, I don't care what you do or what you did to get this money. I don't want you doing it. I don't want you changing and becoming a bad man. He's like, even with the right intentions. She's like, so no matter what you do, always do the right thing. So Cap goes back to where the story robbed and actually volunteers, says, you know, I robbed you, but I'm willing to work off my debt. You know, however much money I took, I'll work that off, and, you know, however long it takes. So it's pretty cool. See, you know, that's how Captain America is. But it's not a bad book, but I really want to see how it goes, but I'm also like on the verge of dropping it, so I don't know. I gotta think about it. Excuse me, hairball. Deadpool #5. These are friggin' hysterical. He fights Ronald Reagan in space and just whips his ass. And it was cool. At one part, you see like Deadpool like walking out of the stadium that he was in when he fought Lincoln, and it was like Joe Green, I think it was. There's a kid. He's like, "Hey, Deadpool, you're the best, superhero, whatever it is." And he takes off his mask and hits the kid. He's like, "Here you go, kid." Like Big Joe Green, I think his name was, threw like a shirt to a kid with a Diet Coke commercial or a Coke commercial. But the mask is covered in blood. The kid's like, "Oh my God, it's blood!" Oh, he's like freaking out. But just a cool book. And towards the end, George Washington shows up, just kicking some ass. So I'm very impressed by it. It's funny. I'm looking forward to reading the next one. Indestructible Hulk #4. Very interesting. Obviously, the other issues, Hulk is working for S.H.I.E.L.D. now in exchange for, freedom to, I guess, kind of clear his name in a way. But this one was kind of boring. So I was kind of like, they kind of show life of how Banner is, but there wasn't really much to it. They're kind of leading up to the next issue, which he fights Atuma in underwater, I guess. But this is another one. I kind of want to see how it goes, but I'm also on the verge of dropping this one as well, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Savage Wolverine #2. The first one I thought was cool. This one was actually pretty cool too. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it wasn't a bad issue. This guy Cho here knows how to draw the women. But it's just like a Wolverine running through the Savage Land. It's interesting. I liked it. Like I said, I liked the first one better, but this one wasn't too bad. I'm looking forward to the next one. And last but not least, this is an awesome cover I mentioned before in Red Hood and the Outlaws #17, where it's got him as Robin on the bottom, and obviously Jason Todd. This was a pretty cool book. I really did like this one. It's kind of like Red Hood, recalling his memories at Wayne Manor and stuff like that, and his early days, I guess. And the one thing I didn't like, he's kind of trying to, I guess, make friends with Damian a little bit, because he's like, you're kind of like me, and we've all worn the Robin suit, and he's like, you got it kind of tough because Batman really is your dad. And I think Arsenal shows up, and he kind of gets into somewhat of a fight with Damian, like a playful kind of fight, and then Arsenal kind of throws him a football, and he's like, throw it back, and Damian's like, why? So it's like he's a kid, but he doesn't know how to be a kid. He's been his whole life, he's been an assassin kind of thing in training, kind of like Batman. Like they're almost identical. They just don't know how to be a kid. Well, Batman doesn't need to be a kid anymore, but you get the idea. And Jason Todd, talking to Batman, and Alfred's kind of like, do you want to stay? I'll make up your room, and whole big thing. The only thing I did not understand, sort of, is, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know this, you want to speed up a little bit, is Jason Todd puts his red hood helmet back on, and of course, Joker booby-trapped it, and it shoots out a hologram image saying, hey, you took my identity technically, and you were my greatest masterpiece, and you screwed it up by coming back to life, and, but I'm going to give you a clean slate, and it looks like he kills him, like with something in the mask, but I don't know if he burnt his face off, or he actually killed him, or what, but Batman, everybody hears him scream, and they all come running, and then Batman's kind of holding him, and you see like his face, but you don't see what really happened. So I don't know. I guess gotta check out the next one. I was actually gonna drop this one after the whole death of the family thing, but now I really want to see what the hell happened to him. So I'll begin the next issue. And that will do it for my review. I'm gonna hopefully make this a short video. I am making another video, which, like I said, Hero Hunter 81 has been wanting to see some key issues of mine, and I've been lazy. I've been showing a little bit here and there, but let's just say, to give people a little glimpse of what the next episode of Cracka will be, is I've shown them before, but I'm going to show them again, at least some key issues of it anyway, and my collection of it. But I'm feeling a little batty. It can be truly said that I have a bat in my belfry. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you like what you see, subscribe away. Comment all you want. Questions, requests, whatever, throw them in there. I'll read them all. And it's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's how many bats you have in it. Later.